right, if everyone would like to come in and take your seats. Hello, Susan. Hi. Sorry, I was just waiting for those people to take their seats, but I think we're going to get started. Good evening. What an amazing evening to be here, isn't it? And look at that view. How special. I think we've got an amazing evening here in Perth to celebrate a very special day for all of you. On behalf of the Engineering Institute of Technology, I would like to welcome everyone to the 2023 EIT graduation ceremony. My name is Kim Span. I'm the Tertiary Engagement Manager at Engineers Australia. And it is my honour to be your MC this evening. I would like to extend a special welcome to the very many people who have travelled quite a distance to be here this evening. We have 230 EIT graduates who are with us this evening, both here in person or dialing in online. So it's fantastic to see so many of you here in the room with your wonderful families and friends, and hi there to everyone online. We've just had an amazing smoking ceremony and welcome to country outside, and I would also personally like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we are meeting this evening, the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, and I pay my respects to their elders, past and present, and I would like to extend that respect to any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander people who are with us today. I'd also like to take this opportunity to congratulate every single graduate that is with us this evening. You have completed your qualification and you have reached a huge milestone in your life journey. I'm not sure if you know, but there's a skills shortage here in Australia at the moment. So it is such an exciting time to be an engineer in this country in particular, because that skills shortage, what that means for you is that engineers are in demand. There are also a huge range of new opportunities, and there are further new opportunities that are coming up every single week and month in brand new and exciting areas. Things like AI and space and automation and all sorts of things. It's just really exciting. The renewables industry, and that's just taking off, and there's so many opportunities there for engineers. So, wow, what an amazing time to be an engineer. I'm going to quickly run through what today's program will look like. So we'll start off with an address from the head of EIT's academic board, Dr. Gail Dennett. Then we'll have an address from EIT Dean Steve Mackay. We'll then move on to the part you've all been waiting for, the graduate presentations. And once the presentations are completed, we will have a short 10-minute intermission where you can all have a break, breathe, and then we reconvene, take your seats again after the 10 minutes, and we will have the Graduate Special Awards and the Teaching Excellence Awards. At 7:30 p.m, that is when our formalities will end, and we will invite you all out onto the lawn again for a soiree with food and drinks. There'll be, before we start having the soiree, while we're outside, there will be some photos taken. We will have group photographs, and I'll tell you a bit more about that later. Before we welcome Dr. Gail Dennett up, I would just like to run through a few housekeeping notes with you. Toilets are located at the back of the room, next to the door. Emergency exits are the doors through which we entered, and I feel like a cabin crew here. There we go. So you can exit the building through the doors that we entered on either side of the room, and we do have function staff here with us this evening who will be able to assist us if an evacuation is necessary. There are some water stations on either side of the room. Please help yourself to water. It is a very warm evening, so make sure you are hydrated. We will also have a professional photographer here this evening to capture the whole event. So photographs will be emailed or will be accessible online in a week's time. Now, if you have any questions at all about anything this evening, we have two amazing people here who can answer them. The graduation coordinators, Anna, Eru, and Vinka. Would you stand up, please, Anna and Vinka? Oh, there they are at the back. Hi. Okay, and while you're standing there, I would like all the EIT staff to please stand up and give a wave. Come on, stand up. Let everyone see who you are. There we go. Thank you. And did you see, I didn't even need to ask for a round of applause. These are the people who have either, face-to-face directly influenced the graduates' journeys or sometimes behind the scenes. So thank you to all of you for making this evening possible. Now I would like to welcome to the stage Dr. Gail Dennett, who has travelled all the way from Tasmania to be here this evening. Dr. Dennett is the chair of EIT's academic board, and she has over 30 years' experience from universities throughout Australia in higher education. So, Gail, if you'd like to come up, please.
Thank you, Kim. And I too would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this beautiful land and also express my appreciation for the smoking ceremony, which to me seemed like a blessing for all of us. So I hope that you experienced it that way as well. But I'd like to give my congratulations to all of the graduates who are here today. It's quite an achievement. Sometimes there would have been setbacks and difficulties that you would have experienced, but you persisted, and you're here today. I hope, apart from those setbacks and difficulties, there are also some friendships that you remember and some fun times and some light bulb moments that made it all worthwhile. But today is a day and an opportunity to reflect on your learning experience, to think about maybe how you've changed, maybe how some of your values have changed, or maybe they've been strengthened. And it's an opportunity to talk with those close to you about that journey, and maybe invite them into your reflections to give you some feedback on what, from their perspective, what this learning journey has meant. This is a day you're going to always remember, and there should be lots of photos to refresh your memories should you ever start to forget. But what I want to talk to you about today is the theme, which is impact. And as Kim said, engineers are in great demand, and it's not surprising because you are very well equipped to deal with the wicked problems that face society today. When we hear about climate change, when we think about housing infrastructure, when we think about renewable energy, for many of us, they just seem like anxiety. But for engineers, there are also opportunities. In many fields, design thinking is an innovative idea, but it's such a core to engineering education. And you have, through your training, developed a very productive balance of skills and knowledge and creativity that you can bring to those problems. Now, the good news is you're not expected to solve any of those problems single-handedly. And you may not have enjoyed all those group assignments that you did, but they have taught you very well how to work with others. And it is so important to be able to work effectively with people who have different values, different beliefs, different perspectives. What research shows us is that when we work with people who come from a very different background about a shared problem, that's when we're most likely to come up with an innovative and successful resolution. So, where do you start if you want to work some miracles in your career? Well, I would say you start with making an impact in your own life. And the first thing to think about is preserving your own health and well-being. And we all know that that means consistent sleep and regular exercise and a good diet, but it means a choice every single day and a commitment to keeping ourselves well. And it isn't just about our body and physical health, it's about our mind as well. It's really important to maintain an optimistic outlook. And it can be challenging if you're listening to the news every night. But it's important to make time every day to do something that renews your spirit, to see something that's beautiful, to find something uplifting. We really need to become our own best friend. And it reminds me when you get on the airplane and they tell you to adjust your own oxygen mask before helping others. It's a very important message. So we need to take care of ourselves. So the first impact is for you. The second impact is about others and how, as engineers and individuals, you can impact the lives of others. It's really important to build strong, lasting relationships with family, with friends, with community members, with colleagues. It takes time, it takes commitment, but those relationships will be the best buffer when hardships or setbacks or difficulties confront you. Sometimes it doesn't take very much to sustain a good relationship. It might just be a text message saying to someone, I'm thinking about you, how are you? Other times, it's going to take more time. It's going to mean setting aside your own priorities and being really present with someone and listening. There are other ways, apart from your inner circle, to impact the lives of others. You can volunteer and give your time and expertise to a much wider group of people, and it feels good, and it helps your own self-esteem, and it really opens you to a much wider extent of personal connections that you may never encounter in your work life or in your own community. And never underestimate the value of random acts of kindness. If you think about some time when a stranger just acknowledged you or helped you in some way, just think about how you felt. It can really make a difference. Muhammad told us that a smile is an act of generosity. It's free, easy to give, and can really brighten someone's life. So, your education is a gift, and it has the potential to really transform the trajectory of your life and those around you. So, be generous, share your expertise, but be willing to listen to others who have a very different experience, a very different perspective, and listen with an open heart. Today might be your graduation, but it shouldn't be the end of your learning. So you need to stay informed and keep learning and keep open to new ideas. Okay, and finally, I want to talk about the impact that you might have at work. Now, colleagues are a bit like family. We don't choose them, but we spend an awful lot of time with them. And sometimes they become friends, but if they do, that's a bonus. But in my experience, there is a lot to learn from people who have a different experience and even different values and beliefs. And we need to be open to that. Doesn't mean that we change our own core values. We can hold those firm. But we can still listen to other perspectives, because it seems to me that the most important issues in our society are quite complex, and they can be understood from many different perspectives. And if we can listen carefully, we can often find a common ground, and that common ground is the fertile source of some really innovative ideas. They won't happen if there are closed views or polarized views. The most likely outcome there would be stagnation or conflict. And we see so much evidence of that in the daily news. But today is your day, and it's a time to share with those who've supported you through all your years of study, and it's a time to celebrate. And I suggest too, it's also a real opportunity to think about those people who've had a positive impact on your life. Let them know. Say thanks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gail. That was quite inspirational, and I don't know about you, but when Gail started talking and she was talking about impact, I was thinking about what impact I've had in my career, but that was so different. It was so different to the physical differences that I've made. It was more emotional, and it's the human side of impact, and I absolutely love that, and I'm going to think about that all the way home this evening. Thank you so much, Gail. That was fantastic. I think something else, and we do have someone else coming up to talk to you next, but what I also wanted to touch on was something that Gail said there about volunteering, about making contact with, keeping in contact with our friends, and being colleagues, those different cultures in the workplace that we can connect with, and all of that can be summarized by one word, and that is networking. And I would just like to stress so much, Gail, on the back of your beautiful, beautiful presentation this evening, how important it is to actually be networking. And some of you may be waiting to, some of you may be looking for jobs still, some of you hopefully have found jobs already, but networking is it's a vital component to finding the connections that could possibly find you that dream job. So and this evening is the perfect example of a networking event where you can just reach out and meet so many different people. So enjoy. I would now like to call our amazing Dean of EIT, Steve Mackay. Steve has been actively involved with engineering for over 40 years. Steve, please come up.
Thank you very much, Kim, and welcome and congratulations to you graduates. It's absolutely unbelievable. And probably before I start, obviously, I just want to give an acknowledgement to country and elders past, present, and emerging in the future of the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation. As we heard, they've obviously gone through a lot of tough issues over the years, and obviously the recent referendum was obviously a challenge for all of us. I'm going to first of all talk a little bit about my two past speakers. Dr. Gail always speaks from the heart, and Dr. Gail Dennett, and I'm very grateful for coming across from the beauty of Tasmania, and thank you very much, Gail, really appreciate it. And obviously the incredible, let's call her effervescent Kim Span, who's always takes such joy in education and engineering, and she's one of the best from Engineers Australia, and it's just marvellous to have her here, and she will make this evening resonate, so thank you very much. And obviously, as I said, graduates, really appreciate it. And some of you have travelled incredible distances to come here, across the ocean, and incredibly grateful for having everyone here. And obviously, they always say there's an expression, you can see further by standing on the shoulders of giants. And certainly, I'm a mere blip when it compares to our incredible, incredible academic and operations team. Absolutely unbelievable. And unlike most universities where there's a big emphasis on academic staff, we actually have an emphasis on academic as well as our operations staff, learning support officers. Absolutely unbelievable because of the move to online learning. So thank you very much for coming here, and really appreciate it. Just a bit of background to me. Obviously, I've got a passion for engineering education, and I love to study. Probably a geek, as my wife says, but I get off on studying and learning every day. And I have a passion for education and engineering education, probably one of my passions for the last 40, 50 years. And I think at the end of the day, as my mentor said to me 40 years ago, he died recently, actually a supermarket magnate, and he said, always treat your customer as sovereign. The student is sovereign. The student is the most important person in your life. And that is absolutely one of our enduring drivers. And obviously, if you're looking for success, you're probably looking at Mr. Failure, Dr. Failure, because I have failed more times than you can ever imagine. And, it can be tough. But at the end of the day, it's all about persistence. And we've got huge challenges, as Gail and Kim referred to, with climate change, and you only need to look at what's going on in the Middle East. Incredible problems, Ukraine. But you, as engineers, have huge opportunities in changing the world, building a better world. And it's not just engineers, it's technologists and technicians. And as my dear dad said to me many, many years ago, son, just remember there's two things that are going to happen when you go to engineering school. He said, first of all, you're going to come out as illiterate, which is probably a bit of a shock to me. And he said the second thing is you must always remember that until the first electrician or tradie picks up his screwdriver, all your designs are worth nothing. So really, at the end of the day, it's the whole engineering team that counts. So, obviously, congratulations on what lies ahead. And obviously, I just want to interrupt my presentation by just asking all our graduands to stand up and let's say hi. Please stand up. Let's say hi to you guys. And online as well. So thank you very much. Thanks, everyone. Thank you very much. That's brilliant. Okay, that's excellent. So we've got an incredible bunch here, graduates and online and in the room here. So it's fantastic. So obviously, many of you are working, so you know exactly what you're going to look forward to: a practical career, good remuneration, and a mobile career as well, which is incredible because if you study law or medicine, as soon as you go to another country, you've got a problem. You've got to regroup, try and restudy, and do all sorts of other exams. Engineering is truly a mobile profession. So whether you're in Silicon Valley or Perth or Johannesburg or London, you can go anywhere. And that is what's absolutely brilliant about this career. And as everyone pointed out, my predecessors here, incredible opportunities to create new things, totally different things. AI is one thing, but there's a lot of other opportunities to solve a lot of the problems. And obviously creating new industries. I mean, it's just remarkable that a bunch of engineers created Google or created, there are just incredible opportunities every day just coming out and facing you. So that is what's ahead for you. And at the end of the day, try and be practical, tied into what's going on in the real world. As far as our short-term and long-term plans, I've left the slide purposely blank, but because we're doing a lot of things all the time, and my long-suffering compadres at EIT are constantly saying, Steve, just take a chill pill and relax a bit. Let's just regroup. So we've got quite a few plans at the moment. Obviously, expanding our Melbourne campus, and we've got a beautiful campus that's coming about in West Perth. A few problems with the South Africans will probably find it amusing. A few problems with getting electricity and energy into the building. Mate, we can't deliver, give us another year. So that's a bit of an issue, but that's been resolved. And we've got a Melbourne campus expansion, another floor, and we're opening up a Brisbane campus. And we're just about to submit our accreditation for our UK accreditation plans to offer degrees, UK accredited degrees, which is very exciting. I think Caroline Patterson at the back probably says, Steve, just relax, just let's take it a bit easier, because it has been a huge amount of work, absolutely draining. And then we've got the American experience, which is lurching around, and then we've got a whole heap of new courses which are being developed, and that's also huge opportunities for everyone. So lots of change and lots of irritation, but that's, I suppose, all part of the grand tapestry at EIT. So just a few comments about you and your career, and forgive me, I will overlap a little bit with Gail and Kim, but obviously solving problems, keep learning, and whether you are 21 years old or 82 years old, the trick is to keep learning. I cycle into work every morning, 10 k's into work on a very old ancient bicycle, but I stopped this morning by an old compadre. He's 85 years old and he's a civil engineer, and he's as he said he's still doing research into some issue with Perth Airport with shear stress landing aircraft. So you've got to keep learning all the time. Keep yourself skilled, because unfortunately you will find that things are changing rapidly. So it's a huge opportunity, but a huge threat for you. And I've come across so many engineers when they get to their mid-40s say, mate, I can't be stuffed. I think I'm just going to take it easy. I can't continue to skill myself up. But it is a huge opportunity for you to distinguish yourself from others. Keep improving. And as Kim was emphasizing and Gail was emphasizing, networking is absolutely critical as well. And unfortunately, it's not the old adage, it's not what you know, it's who you know, unfortunately, and that can be a bit of a pest. And the other opportunity is, when you're younger, you're always going to a destination. But it's all about the journey. Today, you're here, it's a journey, celebrate today. Tomorrow, there's other opportunities, but today you are here, celebrate this very, very moment. That's what matters, the journey. The destinations are unknown and are numerous. One of the challenges also, which, as I said, my father told me that when I graduate I'll be illiterate. One of the challenges of engineers is that you unfortunately have to learn and speak one of the most horrendous languages in the world, which is English. And I know people like Danny will say, no, it's a beautiful language, and it is. But unfortunately, she picks up my apostrophes and says, no, there's apostrophe required here. But the issue is communication skills are absolutely critical, and you can be the technocrat at BHP, but at the end of the day, you have to communicate, read and write, and get your message across. It is absolutely critical for success. And if you don't have that, all the engineering skills in the world won't help you. So that's really, really important. And apologies, it should have been Korean that we learnt, not English, but that's what it is. Take responsibility. We can all be victims and say, mate, I can't help myself. But at the end of the day, you are responsible for your success, and it's not easy. So take responsibility. Think critically. There's so much mumbo-jumbo, and in fact, over the last 2 weeks, you would have seen a huge uptick in mumbo-jumbo on TV, internet, with what's going on in Ukraine, Middle East. Try and think critically all the time. Even when you're listening to me, think critically, absolutely important. Don't believe everything. Always assess it from your perspective with your knowledge. And then finally, two other last items, and forgive me for talking well outside my limit here. Kim, my apologies. Steam ahead, and I've stolen that from one of our very, how should I put it, one of our more interesting members of our academic board, Professor Akhtar Kalam, and he says, STEAM ahead. He says it's all about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, that's STEM, but also be an entrepreneur, entrepreneur. Don't be the engineer who says, oh, mate, so-and-so hasn't got even a high school education, and he or she owns half of Perth. No, be an entrepreneur. Look at the business issues with anything you do. That's absolutely critical. You will create, it's no surprise to me that you see tradies, electricians and plumbers, end up with large companies because they're very entrepreneurial and they employ a few other people, and before they know it, they've got a business. And often it's not run very well, as we see with the building industry, but still, STEAM entrepreneurship is a critical part of your engineering program. And then finally, one of the most important things, there's a lot of things that happen to us, bad things, really bad things, and you just got to keep persisting, but always don't take shortcuts ethically, always be true to yourself and show integrity. Integrity to me is worth more than millions of dollars. It's absolutely critical. And there's so many people that take shortcuts. So integrity to me is worth more than anything else in the world. And that is really, really critical. So that's the other suggestions. And then unfortunately, our Deputy Dean can't be here, but I've stolen one of her slides because she normally co-presents with me. And her slide is basically, it's a very dismal looking road on the outback. I think, Kim, I'm sorry about that. Just the beginning of the learning journey. Say more often, follow your true north, do what you think can work and go for it, and dream big, don't just dream, don't sit around, get out there, and really work on creating a brighter future. Be optimistic about the future and build a better world with your skills. Whether you're a technician, a technologist or engineer, you can build something incredible. You have got the power in your hands. You've done a really hard course, a really challenging course. Engineering is not easy, and you can do amazing things with that technical knowledge. You can go anywhere. So that's really all I want to say is, everyone, we are extremely proud of you. I suppose my wife often says that's going a bit over the top, but we love you. We want you to be successful in your careers, and we are absolutely committed to your success. So thank you very much for coming here. Congratulations, and you are part of a team from 160 countries around the world, and it will grow over the next few years. Not many more countries, but a lot more students and graduates. So thank you very, very much for embarking on this journey. All the best, and congratulations once again.
Wow, and Steve says, I'm enthusiastic. Look at that, how incredible. And part of my MC role is to keep everyone on time, but I could not stop Steve. Every single thing he said to you this evening was just so true and so important, and from the heart. Thank you, Steve, that was beautiful. But there was one thing that I do want to just actually correct you on, and that is, you said it's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know. That's changed. It's not what you know, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. Remember that one. So we are now up to the most exciting part of the evening for our graduates. We will now move on to the graduate presentations. What we're going to do is, we've got 7 different groups. So you will be called in the following order: diplomas, advanced, there it is on the screen, diplomas, advanced diplomas, undergraduate certificates, Bachelor of Science, graduate certificates, graduate diplomas, and Master of Engineering. We will call up graduates in attendance first, so those of you here in the room will be called up first, and then we will mention the graduates online as well. We ask that each group be ready at the side of the stage. So if you could come up and wait at the side of the stage before your name is going to be called. So for those in the first two groups, those in the diplomas and advanced diplomas, if you'd like to make your way now to the side of the stage here, please. Yep, if you could just get up and start moving while I'm talking still. Once your name is called, you will walk up on stage and you will receive your sash. The most important thing here is when you have received your sash, please look at the photographer, because otherwise you won't get a photo. So it's really important to remember to look at the photographer before you exit the stage. And if anyone doesn't want to shake hands for religious or any other reasons, just let us know. There's absolutely no problem with that. I would now like to invite back to the stage Dr. Steve Mackay and Dr. Gail Dennett to help present graduates with their sashes, and also Emma Hart, who currently oversees the higher education team and focuses on strategic planning, compliance, and quality assurance, in addition to analysing trends to continuously improve the higher education student experience. And Emma will be calling out the graduates' names. Thank you.
Before we start with the names, I am going to apologise, and please forgive me if I do pronounce your name wrong. We have the online students to begin with for this group. There are no in-person graduates. Betuel Ilu, Elsa Colombo, Jude Pavilos, Johanna Nambo Shekutamba. The advanced diplomas, Robert Bennett, Sola Isaac Shokunbi, Nicholas D'Andrea, Kyle Fires, Daniel Garrett, Jake Hemming, Petra Kenner, Richie Lansang, Christian Pretorius, Kajila Saikumba, Mornay Smith, Tawanda Malambo, Moses Shulunga, Jackie Hoey, Gerhard Redlingshayes, Mark Carter. Brian Kuta. Robin Furan Derrick. Kahone Kaisha Hugomo. Sudishan Kumar. Christian Johannes Momberg. Tinashe Mwamuka. Richard Perry. Michael Pevu. Lavish Sibaluk. Masoom Shakur. Simon Squire. Cameron Whittington. Stuart Harland. Michael Smith.
Congratulations, Michael. It's facing the group there. Here we are. Let's take it.
Lewis Cannon. Daniel Cleary. Matthew Ferret. Christopher Kessel. Michael McIntyre. Jason Semler. Eldar Senamolela. Utsila Tsenang. Torquil Wilson. Benjamin Marriott. Timothy Shipper. Paul Lizatovich. Johnson Joseph. Peter Kamau. Jonathan Milson. Mutuma Mutunga. Lynette Muoki. James Osewe. Samuel Oyanda. Dylan Vermaak. Ryan Ware. Rivaldo Brokerhoff. Brett Homer. Mitchell Burlew. Frank Masonga. Andrew Smith O'Brien, Norman Tuatachaloa, Yu Shu, Kidane Bitu, Andrew Franich, Andrew Hall, Renee Joubert, Kane Ledbetter, Sam Marshall, Kenneth McPhee, Mudassar Shaikh, Paul Zanka, Dennis Amanya, Kyle Bowie, Talitha Collins, Taranovini Falemaka, Christian Garcia, Nwanga Lakela Josephat. Julianne Fiona Capolo. Siana Kang Letha Wetete. Aravin Peña Ojas. Wynand Raiden. Bafalochi Serapello. Noel Sibanda. Dylan Thompson. Benedicte Muganza.
Congratulations. Can you move a bit over there? Because you can sort of face the camera.
Mahmoud Kamel. Josima Mutete. Jose Fernando Parra. Robert Arthur.
Can you face the camera? Congratulations.
Luther Banda.
Congratulations, Luther. Just move a bit over this way, then you can take pictures. Congratulations.
Nyasha Chipoya.
Congratulations, Nyasha.
Jonathan Clark.
Congratulations, Jonathan. Just get you. Yep, let's move over there. Let's face the camera. Congratulations. Wonderful.
Robert Gagliardi.
Congratulations, Robert. Great, okay.
Steve Johnston.
Congratulations, Steve. Thanks, mate. Beautiful work. Okay, can you face the camera? Wonderful. Congratulations. No.
Abekotso Mabanga.
Congratulations, Alberto. There we go. Face the camera and look at. Congratulations.
Brilliant Sindiso Maseko.
Congratulations, brilliant. If you could face the camera.
Stephen Mankosana. Brian Mofu.
Congratulations, Brian. Just move a bit over that way and get a bit more.
Crowd Monatswa.
Congratulations, Grant. Marvelous work. Okay, face the camera.
Job Simukonda.
Wonderful job. Just face everyone. Face the camera.
James Vamuya.
James, congratulations. Okay, just face the camera.
Alex Burnett. Niels Friedrich. Jan Gauss. Stephen Hornick. Diane Jacobs. Tsepan Kedumetse. Adriel King. Israel Kuchocha. Stephen Lefonor. Robert Moodley. Jack Morrison. Derek Moulton. Walter Lizazi Munzikonzo. Priscilla Mutale. Edward Tapano Mutenga. Evan Pratt. Tendai Shava. Petrus Sinman. Andre Charles Stevens. Kyle Weir. Usman Ali. Zikamai Madziwa.
Congratulations. Can you just move a little bit over that way? Congratulations.
Taguta Mukoki. Marcelo Seth Amor January. Nyasha Velasi. Regan Nichols. Can I please now ask all the undergraduate certificate and the Bachelor of Science students to come to the side? You're ruining all your pictures, Steve. I'm in the corner of them all.
Doing a brilliant job. Emma, you're unbelievably good with all the names.
Jackson Bomey. Anna James New. Eldorne de Millon. Alex Mans. Verdena Van Zyl. Prabesh Baral.
Congratulations, Pradesh. Marvelous work. Long, drawn-out journey. Congratulations, first.
Nyasha Mupudzi.
Congratulations, Aisha. Still place there. Chums and then
Hugo Rudd.
congratulations, Hugo. Hard work, hard work. You're still really good.
Thank you very much.
Titus Shilongo.
Congratulations, Titus. It's good to see you. We need to meet up in person next week. Congratulations. Face that finger. Wonderful work.
Prakash Tamang.
Congratulations, Prakash. You've done a brilliant job there. And you will go places. Just move it. Sorry, ships. And let's move it across a bit to the right and face the camera. Fantastic. You will go places.
Shedrup Thachen.
Congratulations, Shudra. It started a long time ago. And face the camera.
Marcia Carroll. Simon Holler.
Congratulations, Simon. Hard work. Brilliant work.
Paul Watson.
Congratulations.
Jose Contreras. Emmanuel Mbule Njine. Peter Lynch. Casper Ntube. Lucan Foy.
Congratulations, Lucan. Hard journey, but very rewarding. Cheers. Congratulations.
Consul Cloete. Moses Lucas. Hermanus Schultz. Brian Tweneyahe. Dilly Shapagain.
Congratulations, Denny. Marvelous work.
Suzanne Mahajan.
A long journey, Suzanne. Brilliant work. Very proud of you guys.
Giovanni Matias.
Congratulations, Giovanni. A long journey, but well done.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Harmandeep Singh.
Congratulations.
Kelvin Chase. Mohammed Rafike. Marcus Svart. Amadou Silla. Can I now please ask the graduate certificate, graduate diploma and Masters of Engineering students to come to the side of the stage? Kishore Kumar Arakath Irikali. Riaz Ahmed. Sassini Vithanaje.
Congratulations, Cecilia.
Vidyapati Biswal. Belinda Jansen van Vuren. Jinglu. Sindhunata Sindhunata. Janil de Guzman. James Garcia. Genevieve Inclan. Carlos Pico Barragan. Faraz Ahmed. Miroslav Vujika. Nobitita Matutu. Maria Claudia Ramirez Serna. Michaela Abdul Rahim. Adenji Ogedembe. Ravin Shawan. When You Go. Joseph Lowe. Napoleon Kisombing. Javad Ibrahimpour. Sean Pang. Todd Anthony Harris. Haritoki Voraniani Andriami Harmin Jaka. Andre Coetza. Jason James. Zukiswa Mopana. Johnson Phillip. Hannah Selman. Lazarus Vogiatsaki. Festus Aful. ASM Ayman Ashab. Jean Ricardo Linley Potu. Paul Moore. Aaron Jones. Mayara Barbosa Vieira. Mohammed Kamran Gul. Furkan Ahmed Mohammed. Leandri Rodriguez Souza. Justina Viola.
Congratulations, Justina. Marvelous work. Can you face the camera?
Yeah, sure. Kanhaya Prasad Jayaswal. Zoran Matev. Ali Raza.
Congratulations, Ali. Marvelous work. Just face the camera. Brilliant.
Adriana Santana Concesal.
Congratulations, Adriana.
Maduka Ganegoda. Andreas Kahungo. Asan Javed Khan Niazi. Sutavi Krariksh.
Congratulations, Sutavi. And if you can just face the camera. Great.
Daniela Patino Morena.
Marvelous work. You face the camera. All the best.
Ahmed Alna Waise. Ono Ejire Iwemba. Stephen Elliott. Edonye Hart. Jeremiah Lowe. Holly Loizik. Nathaniel Mugo. Salma Nansamba. Yashad Sashe Pawandiwa. Abner Simon. Mohammed Noor Ul Hassan Saeed. Kian Williams. Kashyap Contractor. Miguel Gutierrez. Hendrik van Heerden. And lastly, Kawaja Ahmad Butt.
Great, well, thank you, and well done, Emma, and thank you so much, Steve and Gail, and a huge congratulations to all the graduates. Well done. Amazing. Right, so as you can see, we were supposed to have a 10-minute intermission now, but we have run way over time. So it's my job, as you've heard, to keep you on time, or to keep the proceedings on time. So what we're going to do, please, if you need some water, help yourselves. If you need a loo break, go for it. But we are just going to carry straight on, and I would like to invite Edwina Ross up to the stage. Edwina has worked at EIT for many years in a variety of roles, and with communication a critical part of her job. Edwina is an English teacher who has taught at both school and tertiary levels in the UK and in Australia. Please come up, Edwina, and present the Graduate Special Awards.
I need these. I have been given a fabulous job this evening. Can you hear? That's better. I have the honour of presenting the Graduate Special Awards. Graduates were asked to nominate themselves or one of their fellow students for one of 4 awards. We received a large number of impressive nominations. I would like to congratulate you all and thank you for taking part. Reading about the impact that studying with EIT has had on your careers, your families, and communities has been heartwarming and humbling. I would like to add that you should all of you, be very proud of yourselves, and I mean all of you. Many of you have shown incredible resilience and navigated some huge challenges to be here today, virtually and in person. It was very difficult choosing one winner for each category, but we have, and I'd like to invite Steve Mackay to the stage to join me in congratulating the winners. No rest for the wicked. Where are you, Steve? I hope he has the certificates. Steve, do you? You do. You need to come up. The first award is the Dean's Community Impact Award. During this winner's civil and structural master's degree, he gained some expertise in structural analysis, design principles, and advanced construction techniques. This enabled him to contribute significantly to the ongoing development of strong, efficient infrastructure projects in his community, ensuring they meet stringent safety standards and withstand environmental challenges. Importantly, he has integrated eco-friendly materials and construction methods into his projects, which will also reduce long-term maintenance costs. This has resulted in community support for his impressive environmentally responsible initiatives. Joining us in person tonight, the winner of the Dean's Community Impact Award, Mohammed Kamran Gul. The next award is the Environmental Impact Award. This winner has completed a Master of Engineering in Industrial Automation. His final year project was in the field of machine learning on the TNT production facility in his workplace. The results of his study were presented to plant operators, supervisors, team leaders, engineers, engineers, managers, and the business directors, and his recommendations were implemented in the production run of 2023. Following this, the facility observed an improvement in quality and a reduction in failed product. Furthermore, the main waste stream contracted in size, thereby minimizing the need for downstream incineration and associated natural gas usage. These improved processes also reduce the need for effluent treatment, which in turn cut down on energy, water, and sodium carbonate consumption. Joining us online this evening, the winner of the Environmental Impact Award, Jeremiah Luke Lowe. I believe there's a...
Hello, my name's Jeremiah. I've completed a Masters of Engineering in Industrial Automation. My thesis topic was in machine learning at my manufacturing facility. I'm honoured to accept the Environmental Impact Award, as this is the key objective for both myself and my company. I would like to say a special thanks to Dr. Harb for his continued support throughout my entire degree. It is with great pleasure that I accept this award today. Thank you.
And now for the Resilience in Action Award. To study and graduate successfully means you all have resilience. But there is resilience and resilience. The winner of this award completed her Advanced Diploma of Industrial Automation and Process Control whilst juggling many personal and professional responsibilities. Firstly, she's a full-time working mum of 2 very young children. And then secondly, 9 months into the program, she accepted a promotion which demanded significantly more hours than her previous role. This is challenging enough, but there was more in store. The area where she lives was heavily impacted by flooding during her studies. Despite it all, she successfully completed the course with high distinction. Joining us online tonight, the winner of the Resilience in Action Award, Talitha Collins.
Hi there. What an honour it is to be accepting the award for Resilience in Action for 2023. It certainly was a journey, and thank you to my cohort of fellow students from DIA 37, my learning officer Paul Salenza, and the wonderful teaching staff at EIT. I'm very grateful for this opportunity and recognition of my work. Thank you.
The final graduate award for this evening is the Academic Excellence Award. With most of his Master in Mechanical Engineering under his belt, this graduate pushed the boundaries of innovation in the field of robotics. He also pushed me with some of these words coming up. His thesis project involved designing and constructing a groundbreaking biomimetic anthropomorphic robotic hand with muscles controlled by an exoskeleton glove. That means he tested the boundaries of his robotic technology to mimic human trays, which is incredible. That was just to summarize it. I had to look up most of those words. He demonstrated a profound commitment to research in the fields of robotics and human anatomy, and approached his project with meticulous planning and unwavering dedication. And he consistently achieved outstanding grades. All the way from South Africa, and attending in person tonight, the winner of the Academic Excellence Award, Hendrik van Heerden. big shout out and clap to everyone who assisted all of you to this point, EIT staff, and to your support networks and families.
Thank you, Edwina, and congratulations to all these special award winners. I would now, the final part of our formalities, I would like to invite to the stage Dr. Milind Sidipura to present the EIT Teaching Excellence Awards. Milind is a course coordinator in mechanical engineering at EIT. He has been instrumental in developing, enhancing, and quality control of the bachelor's, master's, and doctorate of engineering courses at macroscopic and microscopic levels. He is a passionate educator and loves supporting his students throughout their studies and even after they graduate. Please come up, Milind.
Welcome everyone, and congratulations to all the graduates. Obviously, this is the last bit of the presentation, so I won't bore you much. To all the graduates, I would like to remind you that what you have become today, a graduate in whatever discipline, civil, mechanical, industrial automation, or electrical, a great teacher or a number of great teachers have actually contributed towards your career and your professional status, which you got today. And I strongly believe with EIT, we have really, really great instructors and lecturers who streamed into your classroom around the world. And all of them are really, really wonderful, which you would have experienced during your studies. I strongly believe that. 2 years ago, EIT started this award called Teaching Excellence Award. Now, whoever the people winning this award today are just the key people or some of the people who nominated themselves, and I believe many more are there who might not have nominated themselves, but they probably deserve it. So I would like to start this. So first of all, Teaching Excellence Award in Higher Education, we had 3 finalists. We have, Dr. Nasser Hassemia, Dr. Hadi Harb, and Dr. Arti Sidipura. Now, before I actually announce the winner, there are certificates for the finalists as well. Out of these 3 finalists, we have only 1 finalist present here physically. So I would like to invite Dr. Arti Sidipura to receive her certificate. All right, as I said, out of this finalist, some of them didn't even know that they were nominated, because teachers can actually self-nominate or they can nominate others. So let's look at who's the winner. So out of these 3 finalists, we had the winner, Dr. Hadi Harb. So we don't have Dr. Hadi Harb here in presence, so we would like to actually see his acceptance of this award via video.
Hi everyone, I gladly accept this award and I feel honored to receive it, and it's a privilege to be part of this incredible team at EIT. Thank you.
And I think this is the last one, the Teaching Excellence Award for Vocational Education and Training, which is called VET in Australia. And there are 3 finalists again, Mr. Deepak Pais, Dr. Hadi Harb again, and Dr. Rodney Jacobs. So we don't have any of these finalists here present in person. So let's see who is the winner in the Vocational Education and Training category. We have the winner, Mr. Deepak Pais. As I said, the winner is not present here in person, so let's listen to his video.
Hello everyone. In accepting this award, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for EIT's recognition of my efforts. I would also like to thank the Learning Support Officers and EIT staff who support me immensely in the background. I feel privileged to be making a difference to the lives of our students and leading them to a brighter future. I treasure my association with EIT and feel humbled to receive this award in the presence of highly distinguished EIT academic staff.
And I think that's all. Congratulations to all the graduates, and I'll hand over to Kim.
Thank you, Milind, and congratulations to the Teaching Excellent Award winners. So, that brings us to the end of this evening's formalities. Once again, I would just like to congratulate all of the graduates here this evening. You should all be so proud of yourselves, both here in person and online. Well done. Thank you also to our amazing speakers this evening. I think you'll all agree that Gail and Steve just really inspired us with their words. We're soon going to head outside onto the lawn for a soiree. Please note that all food that is served this evening has been halal certified, and every single dietary requirement has been catered for. So if you do have a special requirement, please just let the wait people know, and they will assist you. There will also be some professional photos taken. So before, as you go outside, if we could have all the graduates just gathering together, we want a group photo of everyone. So please head outside for a group photo. And then after we've done the big group photo, what we're going to do is we're going to do the school photos. So I need to read this because it's going to be in order of school. So we're going to start with industrial automation, then electrical engineering, then mechanical engineering, and finally civil. So the school photos will include both higher ed and vet students. So that is going to happen just outside on the grass. Thank you all for being here this evening, and enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you.
A big thank you to, what did Steve call you? Effervescent. I think that was perfect. Passionate, and you're somebody who just makes you feel good that you've graduated today, I reckon. Thank you so much, Kim.
Thank you.
There are two more people that deserve a great big fat thanks from us as well. Two people who've been tirelessly organising this event, and as you can imagine, online and in-person event. It's very tricky, and I know there are so many people behind the scenes who've assisted them. But please, can you just big fat round of applause for Anna and Vinka.